What's up, everybody? Back for another Honkai Star Roll video. In this video, we're going to talk about should you summon for the newest healer. Yes, actual healer. Remembrance is really just a tag for anybody, and what they actually do is a mystery until they get shown. So, we actually got a Remembrance healer this time. So anyway, we're going to talk about should you or should you not summon for the newest character, Hyacine, and what should we call him? Should we call him Ika, or should we call him his other name, the more popular name? YouTube doesn't like when you swear at the beginning, so I probably am just going to randomly switch to calling him the other one because I think it's funny. But yeah, a lot of people are a huge fan of her Memosprite. Like, actually, it's so insane that I've seen so many memes of people being like, yeah, I'm summoning for Ika, and then Hyacine is like the Memosprite. Like, I've seen people with mods where they switch them. I think it's funny, right? I also think it's funny how she has wings in this, and then not in her animations. But anyway, let's go over the character, and then we're going to talk about her light cone a bit, because it is rather important to factor it in when you are summoning or not summoning for the character, and then we will end it there. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's jump in. So basic attack is a basic attack. This one scales off of HP. Not much else needs to be said, right? Now, her skill summons the Memosprite Little Ika. Restores HP equal to 8% of her max HP plus 160 for all allies aside from Ika. Restores HP equal to 10% of her max HP plus 200 for Ika. Basically, just your average, well, more than not average, because obviously there's a Memosprite involved, but just, heal, right? Then her ultimate summons Ika and restores HP equal to 10% of her max HP plus 200 for all allies aside from Ika, and restores HP equal to 12% of her max HP plus 240 for Ika. Then she enters the after rain state for 3 turns, afterward reducing the state's duration by 1 turn each time her turn begins. When in after rain state, max HP of allies is increased by 30% plus 600. This is pretty damn good because now your healer is buffing your HP scaling units. Characters like Blade, Mide, Castors are really gonna like this. So this is actually really nice because it's not a whole support thing. It's just in your healer who you're already gonna have on the team for the healing anyway, right? So big W for HP scaling characters, right? Then her talent, Memosprite Ika initially has max HP equal to 50% of Hyacine's max HP. When Hyacine or Little Ika provides healing increase, Little Ika's damage dealt by 80% for 2 turns, stacking up to 3 times. That means that this little goober gets a total of 240% damage dealt. This guy right here. This little guy, bro. Castor's Dragon got a little bit of competition, I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of damage dealt. Then Technique, which this is actually really good. At the start of the next battle, restores HP equal to 30% of her max HP plus 600 for all allies and increase their max HP by 20% for 2 turns. It's a heal and max HP increase. That's pretty good. It's only 2 turns, but like, damn, that's pretty nice. Now let's talk about Ika. Look at this little guy. Look at him. He's cute. I'll give him that. So, Memosprite skill, because there's only a skill, not a basic attack or anything. Deals wind damage equal to, deals wind damage to all enemies equal to 20% of the tally of healing done by Hyacine and Little Ika in the current battle, and clears 50% of the tally of healing. Then, the talent is Ika's speed remains at 0 and is immune to debuffs. They will not appear on the action order. If allied targets except Ika have their HP reduced, then Little Ika will consume HP equal to 4% of their own max HP, and restore HP equal to 2% of Hyacine's max HP plus 20 for the allied target with reduced HP at the start of any target's turn or after any target takes action. While Hyacine is in the after rain state, it's the state caused by her ult for 3 turns, Ika immediately obtains 1 extra turn and automatically uses Rain Cloud's Time to Go, which is the skill, after Hyacine uses an ability. Moreover, when Little Ika triggers their talent's healing effect, restore additional HP for all allied targets by an amount equal to 2% of Hyacine's max HP plus 20. After Little Ika uses an ability, all continuous effects duration decreased by 1 turn. Pretty much, this is a lot to really throw out. TLDR with this is when you have your HP reduced, Ika will lose HP, heal stuff. Then you attack when Hyacine uses an ability. When you're in the ult state, so pretty much you would want to ult, then Ika gets 3 attacks of the funny tornado attack, right? And pretty much just a lot of healing, right? Which will be great for Castors and Mide, triggering all of their like HP changing stuff, right? Then we have when summoned, additionally regenerates 15 energy for Hyacine. When first summoned, additionally regenerates 30 energy. And then upon disappearing, you get an action advance for 30%, right? I believe Mem has this as well, but I've never actually had Mem die on me, which is kind of funny to think about, so I've never actually seen the action advance from this. I can't remember if every Memosprite has this. I think it's just Mem. Quote me in the comments if I'm wrong. Alright, so bonus traces. These are very, very important. We're going to skip this one because this is the one we're going to talk about the most. So, increases Hyacine's effect res by 50% when using a skill or ultimate dispels one debuff from allied targets. This saves her from basically being in a Bailu situation where she's a good healer but can't cleanse, so she's bad. Then, increase Hyacine and Little Ika's crit rate by 100%. Yes, 100%, which is crazy. They guarantee crit. It's like reverse Kokomi, right? Also, shout out to the dog barking. He's excited. He thinks that's absurd too, clearly. When providing healing to an allied target with less than or equal to... bro really thinks it's absurd. When providing healing to an allied target with less than or equal to 50% this unit's max HP, increase Hyacine and Little Ika's outgoing healing by 25%. Then, we'll go back to the absurd one. When Hyacine's speed exceeds 200, increase her and Little Ika's max HP by 20%. Then for every 1 excess speed, increases her and Ika's outgoing healing by 1%, up to a max of 200 excess speed can be taken into account. This last bit is literally just for Simulated Universe stuff. I promise you, there's no way you're hitting 400 speed, bro. You're not. It's rough to hit 200. You're not hitting 400. Her stat bonuses are 14 speed, 18% effect res, and 10% HP. Right. And then her Eidolons, I always recommend don't going for them, but we gotta talk about it anyway. Her E1, well, Hyacine is in the after rain state caused by the ult. Additionally, increase the max HP of allied targets by 50% and immediately restores HP equal to 8% of Hyacine's max HP after using an attack. This is helpful in a few ways. One, this increases max HP for HP scaling units to do more damage, and since she is healing herself after an attack, it'll help with stuff like survivability. I don't think you would really have to worry about that, and then stuff like Castor's Drag, right? Then E2, when an ally target's HP decreases, this unit's speed increases by 30% for 2 turns. This is going to help you read the speed thresholds and just act more, right? E4, the tempestuous halt trace is enhanced for every 1 speed exceeded. Additionally, increase Hyacine on Little Ika's crit damage by 2%. It's like Sunday E6, bro. Oh, which is funny. And then E6 is Ika uses Memosprite skill and changes the amount of healing tally cleared to 12%, which is actually a fucking crazy change. When Ika's on the field, increase all ally targets all type res pen by 20%. Okay, so 200 speed. The real question, if you are summoning for Hyacine, you gotta hit the 200 speed, right? Now, we have her light cone, which increases her speed by 18%, right? We'll go over light cone in a second. We have the free one that does 12%, right? I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure, right? Someone quote me if I'm wrong, because I haven't had to actually like calc this into speed in a minute. I'm pretty sure it goes off the base speed. I don't think it counts the stat bonus from the traces. Quote me if I'm wrong, right? But without factoring in the one from the traces, I'm just talking about her base speed, which is 110. If you are using the relic sets, which are going to be this one that increases your speed by 6%, and then this one also increases your speed by 6% as well, right? And then you also get more speed in here. You get 6% 3 times, which is going to be, I believe, like 18, right? And then you have the 12% from the light cone, which I think is like around like 31 altogether, because it's like decimals and stuff, which actually do matter. Decimals do matter. They add up. You just can't see them, right? Which is like 31 speed. With the fact that you have speed boots, obviously with this unit, you will get 50. Wait, no, bad math. No, it would be like 176, I think. Should have really written this down beforehand. You got like 176 speed, and then we count that into this, so you're like what, 20 speed off, right? So you need 20 speed from rolls roughly. It's gonna be a bit rough, right? Now, obviously, you'll have a bit more if this is counted, right? Let me know in the comments, because I actually just don't know. And when I did look it up beforehand, literally there was nothing about it. Like maybe Google just hated me and I just didn't type in the exact thing I needed, but Yeah, you're gonna need a bit of speed rolls, but it's not impossible, right? Now, if you have her light cone, it's 18%. I think I googled 18% of 110 was it's like, yeah, almost 20 speed. So you'd start with like a 130 speed, and then you'd have the all the other stuff, right? You'd be fine, right? You would be fine because the free light cone is only 13, so you'd gain a total of 6 speed. And then at that point, right, all you really need to do is get speed rolls in your relics. I know people are gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so hard to do," but you really only need HP and speed, right? So what I would do is I would go for rolls and speed until you know you have the right threshold of speed, and then just worry about HP stuff then, right? It's pretty easy to build. It's not like she needs like crit rate, crit damage, all this other stats, and then you also have to accommodate for speed in most DPSs, right? You literally just need speed and you're good, right? Anyway, do keep that in mind though, that it is better for you to get her Lycon because her Lycon also has HP drain, right? Which helps, like, I'm pretty sure helps Blade as well with his whole tally thing. Helps Mide with his, helps Castoris with her dragon, right? And then you get a damage boost as well, right? Obviously, her light cone will be the best for her, and the speed will be the easiest to manage. But you can also just use this and just have to go for more speed rolls, right? Luckily, she gives herself a lot of speed. Just naturally, she has speed traces. All her relics that she wants increase speed. So you just have to get a bit more lucky if you're not going for her light cone, right? You definitely don't need it, but it definitely is gonna be rough, right? It's gonna be like an Agula situation, right? Where if you don't have a good amount of speed on your character, it's gonna be a bit rough, right? But she still is an absolutely great healer. And if anything, if you don't have enough speed rolls and you just can't make it happen with what you have, you can always just get her light cone on her rerun. 20% max HP is a lot, but it's not the end of the world, and it's not gonna kill the unit if you don't have this, right? Obviously, 20% is a nice little jump, but it's only max HP. I know this is like, people are gonna be like, "Oh, yo, this is copium," but it's not anything like when she loses it, you're not losing out on like debuff clones, right? She's just gonna be a little less tanky and get a little bit less of scaling off all the other stuff, but it's not the end of the world, right? If you like the unit and you want to get her light cone, right? Or you can just work on relics, that's 100% fine, 100% fine. Now, if you are a huge fan of Mide, Castrus, or Blade, highly recommend getting this character. If you need a overall good healer, I recommend getting this character. If you have your sustain rolls filled out and you don't mind using Gallagher for Castoris, or you're using like Woho for Mide, or you're using whoever for Blade, right? You can skip. You can skip. She's not doing anything insanely crazy, right? She's going to be doing a decent amount of damage with her Memosprite though, so she's kind of like a sub DPS healer in a sense, right? But she's by no means a must summon. It's not like, Tribute E1 where it's like changing the game. It's not like Robin's coming out. It's not like Ruin May's coming out for the first time. You're good to go if you don't need her, but she's going to be the best in slot for Blade, Mide, and Castoris, and any HP scaling unit going forward, just because she does have that max HP increase, right? So do keep that in mind. If your favorite character comes out and they're HP scaling, you're probably going to have to get her on the rerun, right? But I'll make a video on that when it comes out. So with that done, that's it for the video. If you know all the speed calcs, let me know in the comments and I will go ahead and pin it, right? There was a lot of things on the internet that just are very interesting when it comes to speed calcs, and yeah, I just couldn't find the whole speed thing. I'm sure if I type it in after this video ends, it'll pop up instantly, right? And then I'll be like, all right, cool. Actually, I'm literally gonna do that right now before I end the video. Let me go ahead and close Chrome. If I type in do speed from traces count as base speed for relic percent, I guess. Yeah, no, it says no. But literally, the only comment on the first comment on Reddit, one says no and one says yes. Like, all right, bro, like, come on. I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, no, like, how's that helpful? And the rest of them are just the wiki for speed. It's like, this is speed in Honkai Star Rail. It's like a super specific aggressive. So someone just refresh it in the comments, bro. I don't know everything. I know I'm a YouTuber. I don't know everything. There's some stuff I don't know. It is what it is. That doesn't change the fact that you could still rock this unit regardless, right? Still build her with all the speed that you could possibly get, and then go for HP afterwards. But other than that, let me know in the comments if you're summoning for her, if you like her. Are you summoning for like Blade, just in case his buff is crazy, which I don't think. Yeah, will we get info on Blade before she leaves? I don't think so. If they do them at the normal times, which is kind of shitty, I'm not gonna lie. Because if Blade gets like a crazy buff and people are like, oh crap, I want to summon for her for Blade, you just wouldn't know until she's gone. You'd have to wait for the rerun. That's kind of sucky. This is why people look at leagues, Hoyoverse. I'm just saying. Anyway, that's it for the video. Let me know in the comments if you're summoning, all that good stuff, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.